Is radio advertising effective? Oh yeah. Oh, it's very effective. It is great for when you have to reach a huge amount of people. It is very cost effective, it's very easy to work with, but I'll tell you what, there are some things you need to know before you go diving into it. So we're going to sort through the real basics to give you a good foundation on radio advertising. You ready? By the end of this video, you're going to see how effective radio advertising actually is, how to set it up from the beginning so you can track it, and what numbers to actually track to make sure that it is meeting your goals. So let's dive in. One of the biggest questions is radio advertising even effective anymore? Yes, it absolutely is. First of all, right off the bat, let's look at some of the big players. Coca-Cola, car dealerships, Target, Walmart, all the big boys are still using radio advertising to this day. The one statistic that we hear over and over and over about radio advertising is that in any given market, radio will reach over 94, as much as 97% of the listening population in any given week. That's still a very strong number. It's done a little fluctuation over the years, but it's always been up to 97 and down to 94. It hardly ever falls below 94% over year after year after year of this survey coming out. It is absolutely astounding. And this is anyone 12 years old and older. It is reaching up to 97% of the local population in its broadcast radius in any given week. Wow. The only thing that probably could do better than that, and I don't think you could afford it, would be direct mail. If everybody, and I mean everybody, 12 years old to 85, 90, 95 years old, however old it goes to, anybody in that demographic to have either a letter or a postcard would probably be cost prohibitive. Now, some of the biggest things that you can do to stack the deck in your favor is know what you are using radio for and how to track it. In this digital world, it is so easy to turn to online advertising because every single click, every single web page, every single you name it, has a number associated to it, and all these online advertisers can certainly call that up and show you, oh, yep, we got this many people, we got that, so many people did this. Oh, look, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4,328 people clicked on your website. I mean, they just have those numbers. It's easy to do that for digital because it's all based on what's happening on the screen, and there's feedback, clicks, that happen immediately to add to those numbers. Radio has always been, and always will be, a sales situation. Think about it. You really do have control over the numbers, you just don't realize it. And quite frankly, very few businesses have ever tracked it from the beginning. And it helps to get a running track record of whatever it is you're measuring so that when your radio campaign comes along, you'll see how it affects what you've been tracking all this time. Now, what are you tracking? Well, that depends on what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be using it for. Let's say you're a furniture store and you've got walk-in traffic. You have a sale one particular month on, let's say, curio cabinets. How do you know if radio had an effect on the sale of curio cabinets? Very easily. First of all, you're running a sale on curio cabinets, and that's what the radio ad is going to target. Curio cabinets and only curio cabinets. We're not going to confuse the issue with dining room suites or bedroom suites or anything like that. We're going to focus on the curio cabinets. Second of all this time throughout the history of your store, at least for the last year and a half, 2 years, you know how many curio cabinets you sell in a week, how many curio cabinets you sell in a month, and after a couple of years, you probably have some year-over-year numbers that you can compare. There's probably an ebb and flow, not a lot sold during the summer months when everybody is on vacation, maybe a few more for, oh, say, special holidays like right before Thanksgiving. When family comes over, you're going to want that new curio cabinet in the corner to show off your whatever collection, okay? But little things like that you can play to your advantage as well. But you, being the furniture store company, you already know about your ebbs and flows in your annual cycles. Okay, fine. Now you're having a sale on curio cabinets, you run the ad on curio cabinets, you know the average curio cabinet sale is 50 in a month, and all of a sudden during this particular week you sold 125. Did radio work? I think it did. To the tune of 75 curio cabinets. I say run with it. That's the basics of how you do it. And also the other thing is probably it affected foot traffic. Do you have one of those clickers right by the front door that when somebody walks in, it does an automatic count for everybody that walks in? Compare last week's, last month's, last year's numbers over this year's numbers. What do they look like? Did you see an increase? I'll bet you did, at least to the tune of 75 people, if not more, because not all those 75 people who walked in, let's say not everybody who walked in bought a curio cabinet. Some probably looked at them and left, so they were in the market, but they didn't buy. So you might have 150, 200, 300, 500 increase in floor traffic alone that did not buy curio cabinets. I say the radio advertising is working both in sales and store traffic and awareness. I hope this is making sense because, well, first of all, radio is my first love. That's where I first cut my teeth in copywriting and audio production, and that's my first sandbox. That's where I absolutely love to play. But we've also got stuff for you regarding your YouTube channel. If you want to start a podcast for your company, if you want to start blogging more regularly for your company, these are all strategies and tactics that you can use to bring in a steady stream of clients and customers to your business, whether it's a coaching business or a B2C thing, or it can be online, it can be brick and mortar. These are all tactics and techniques that help you bring in a steady stream of clients over time. So if this is the thing that you're looking for, please like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe and maybe tell some of your other friends that own businesses that you found this channel and you'll be their hero. How about that? Now, we said earlier, have clear-cut goals and a purpose in mind. Let's get back to the curio cabinets, okay? You want to sell curio cabinets. What does that take? Does somebody, I don't know, call in and order one and you deliver it? Maybe. Does somebody click on the website and order it from the website? Possibly. Chances are, as a furniture store, they're going to come in, right? I'm no furniture expert, but you're going to get more traffic. The website might show them a couple different versions that they might like and want to check out when they come into the store, but the purchase is probably going to be made in the store, the vast majority of your curio cabinet sales. So what are the numbers involved? First of all, like we talked about, floor traffic. Have your floor traffic up to date. Be counting. Be counting now because it's going to be the baseline for something later. How many curio cabinets do you sell? How many curio cabinets do you sell in a week, in a month, in a year? This particular time of year compared to this particular time last year. Those are going to be the numbers that you need to check out. Gross sales, the amount of gross sales, the price of gross sales, all of that kind of stuff is going to come into play and tell you where your radio is going. And you address this in the copy. This is where things really get hairy sometimes, is in the call to action in the copy. So literally for this, you need people to come in. So say, stop by the store and pick out yours today. If they order it online, give your URL. If it's a phone thing where they can order it over phone and talk about, you've got different options and stuff like that, that you need to walk somebody through a process, give the 800 number or give the toll-free number or give the number that they're supposed to call to place their order. The key to that is give them one specific number. And when that number is the one that's ringing, not the general store number, but when that specific one rings, you know they got that off of the radio commercial. You don't want to mix the stuff together. Don't have them call the regular store number. Have a specific number that they can get to, and then you tie it to a specific ad. Works every time. You know where your sales are coming from. So depending on what you're doing, depending on what the call to action is, mention that in the copy and mention only that one. Don't ever get into something like, so come in and pick out yours today. And check us out on Facebook too. And don't forget Instagram. That's too many call to actions. Just the one that you want them to take in order to make the sale. That's how you get people into your store. Or that's how you get them to buy. Don't confuse them. Tell them the one thing they need to know, and that's it. No more. Now, I started diving into the copy just a little bit. There's a lot more to it than just what's the one thing you want to sell. And for that, I've got a radio commercial checklist for you. Download your free copy and use this every time you need to write a commercial. Now, either you can write the commercial or you can fill out this form and hand it to the radio station and have them write you the commercial for you. However way you want to do it, this will keep you on track and make sure that you have a hyper-focused ad to get you results. The radio commercial checklist in the description. Click the link now and get your copy. I'm Nick Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.